Students, in the last video lecture, we have gone through the optical fiber communication system block diagram, and we just have traced out the differences between the normal communication system or conventional communication system and the optical fiber communication system. So, what is that basic difference exists between the conventional communication system and optical fiber communication system means? So, in the case of general or conventional communication system, so we don't use the optical source and optical detector. We don't use any of the transducers or converters. I can say if we don't use those converters, then it is not possible to use any of the drive circuitries. So I said that if at all you are using optical source, then we need to use this optical transmit as the drive circuitry, and similarly if it are you are using optical detector, and to that optical detector associated drive circuitry is said to be electrical receiver. Therefore, in that block diagram itself we have seen that the optical fiber communication system block diagram is been starting from electrical transmitter block, and it is been terminating at the electrical receive block. So the start point is said to be electrical transmit, and the end point is said to be electrical receive. So this is what the concept that we discussed in the last video lecture. Now, in this video lecture, let us move on to uh, the advantages of the optical fiber cable. So the advantage of this optical fiber cable, advantages of the optical fiber cable. I've got some list. Let me discuss those advantages here. Hmm. So the first advantage is said to be the bandwidth or an enormous potential bandwidth. This is said to be the first advantage of this optical fiber cable. So this said to be the first advantage, enormous potential bandwidth. The bandwidth of this optical fiber cable will always be in terms of powers of 10. Hence, the optical fiber cables are providing huge bandwidth when compared to other guided communication channel or medium I can say. Uh, because of this enormous potential bandwidth only, I said that we could transmit a total of 90,000 video signals. And similarly, one more advantage is because of these optical fiber cables, we could say that transmission loss is there, so the transmission loss is very less. So because of transmission loss here indicates attenuation only. So I said that attenuation of this optical fiber cables is less than 1 decibels per kilometer. So because of the lesser attenuation only, we just keep these repeaters at every 100 kilometers or at every 1,000 kilometers. And if you take a normal communication system or conventional communication system, then in that we need to place this we need to place this repeaters in the transmission channel at every 1 or 1.5 kilometers. So what I mean to say is, in the case of optical fiber cables, the repeater spacing range is said to be 100 to 1,000 kilometers. But in the case of a conventional communication system, so repeater spacing is 1 to 1.5 kilometers. It means that in the normal or conventional communication system, we need to use more number of repeaters. The reason is, in the case of normal communication system, attenuation is high, and in the case of optical fiber communication system, attenuation is low. So this low attenuation makes this optical fiber cable more cost effective. So because if you use lesser number of repeaters, then it means that you are saving those repeaters which are being used in the conventional communication system. So this is said to be the first advantage. The first advantage is said to be enormous potential bandwidth. So this has got more bandwidth, and that bandwidth will always be expressed in terms of powers of 10 only. And similarly, so the second advantage is there. So that second advantage is said to be size and weight. This is said to be the second advantage. So I know that all these 3 points have been coming. However, These are the theory points, but concept is there. That concept is very much interesting. So second advantage is to be size and width, and you people could have seen this optical fiber cable. So the size of this optical fiber cable is very less. So somewhere in the gatherings, you could have seen these optical fiber cables. If you are not seeing this optical fiber cable, then you are going to see this optical fiber cable in your microwave and optical communication system laboratory. In the case of MWOC lab, optical fiber cables will be provided to you. During them, you can observe those optical fiber cables with your naked eyes. So size of the optical fiber cable is very less. Therefore, within that less sized optical fiber cables, we could transmit 90,000 video signals. This is said to be the biggest advantage that this optical fiber cable is being providing. And similarly, the size of this optical fiber cable is less than. What I mean to say is, if you take this optical fiber cable, and then that optical fiber cable has got some diameter, and the diameter of that optical fiber cable is less than the diameter of the human hair. That is said to be the diameter of the optical fiber cable. What is it? I said that the human hair diameter is large when compared to the optical fiber cable diameter. So if diameter got less, and then automatically weight of that optical fiber cable is going to reduce. So this is said to be the second advantage that this optical fiber cables are providing. And the third advantage is said to be electrical isolation. So, so somewhere you could have got the fiber fabrication process. If you have not got this fiber fabrication process, either in your engineering, physics, or in your plus two, then here in the optical fiber communication system, or in this OFC, or in this current OFC, I can say. So we have to go through that fiber fabrication process as well. So in order to design, or in order to fabricate this optical fiber cable, we need to use some raw material is required in order to design this optical fiber cable. So we can design this optical fiber cable either by using plastic as the raw material, else we can also design the same optical fiber cable using sand as the material. So what I mean to say is, in the case of optical fiber communication system, we got two types of optical fiber cables. So one type is said to be plastic optical fiber cable, other one is said to be glass optical fiber cable. So this plastic optical fiber cables are being designed with plastic as the basic material or raw material, and the glass optical fiber cables are being designed with sand or silica as the basic or raw material. So probably this PMMA and PFP. So these are said to be the plastic optical fiber cables that will not be used here, because these plastic optical fiber cables have got a higher attenuation when compared to the glass optical fiber cables. So for that sake only, these plastic optical fiber cables perhaps will be used in the short distance communication, and this uh, glass optical fiber cables will be used in the far distance communication or long distance communication, I can say. Therefore, if you take this glass optical fiber cables, I said that these glass optical fiber cables will be designed with the sand or silica as the raw material or basic material. So we know that this silica or sand is there. This sand is not a good conductor of electricity. Mm. Therefore, if you use this glass as the material, then this glass has not got good conductivity. Therefore, we could say that the signals which have been existing in one optical fiber cable are completely isolated when compared to the signals which have been existing in the other optical fiber cable. Mm. So, what I mean to say is, signals are there, these signals will not interfere with the other signals existing in the other optical fiber cable. So, that is the justification of electrical isolation, which is said to be one more advantage of this optical fiber cable. The second advantage, I mean, one more advantage is signal security. Uh, already I said I just have said the strength member that these optical fiber cables are holding, and that strength member is said to be Kevlar. So, if you use that Kevlar as the strength member, then it is not possible for the optical fiber. I mean, it is not possible for any of the human being to destroy or to break up that optical fiber cable and to decode that and to decode the signal which is being coming out from that optical fiber cable. So, what I mean to say is the signal security indirectly indicates that it is not possible for the human being or any other layman to break the optical fiber cable and to receive the signals from the optical fiber cable. So that is the meaning of signal security here. And one more advantage is low transmission loss. So already I said that if at all glass optical fiber cables are being using, then these glass optical fiber cables have got low transmission loss. Low transmission loss indicates low attenuation only. If attenuation is less, then automatically we could say that this optical fiber communication system is more effective, I mean cost effective, because we have to use lesser number of repeaters in between this optical transmitter and optical receive, or in the optical fiber cable, I can say. So that is the meaning of low transmission loss. And similarly, other optical fiber cable advantage is said to be ruggedness and flexibility. So ruggedness indicates the strength, and flexibility. Flexibility is something a new advantage that this optical fiber cables are being holding. Ruggedness indicates uh, toughness I can say, or strength I can say. So this ruggedness is due to using of a protective shield over this optical fiber cable, and that protective shield is said to be jacket. So what would we use? We just take this optical fiber cable, and this optical fiber cable will be inserted into a protective shield, or in the other way I can say that over this optical fiber cables a protective shield will be will be surrounded, and that protective shield is going to provide more toughness to this optical fiber cable. So that protective shield here is said to be the jacket, I can say. So along with this optical fiber cables, we just use a strength member, and that strength member is said to be Kevlar. So this Kevlar strength member is something which is going to add more toughness to this optical fiber cable. So already I said that in these standard earphones, in the standard earphones designed by the reputed companies like Philips, Bose. So the same strength member is being used. So this strength member is going to enhance the durability or lifespan of the devices, or here optical fiber cable I can say. So this flexibility indicates that these optical fiber cables will be made to bend. So what I mean to say is, so you can able to bend this optical fiber cable, but not completely. So because if you bend this optical fiber cable, then you may get some losses, and those losses are said to be the bending losses. So again, these bending losses have been categorized into two types. One is said to be macro bending, other one is said to be macro bending. So we don't discuss this concept right now, but in the unit 2, we have to discuss these bending losses. Now, therefore, if you take this optical fiber cable, then along with the optical fiber cable, manufacturer is going to give you the data sheet. Therefore, in that data sheet, it's going to specify the radius of the optical fiber cable for the bending. So if you take one example, so if you have purchased one optical fiber cable, and to that optical fiber cable, you just have given one data sheet, and in that data sheet he has given some bending radius, and that bending radius is said to be 10 millimeters. So it means that you are not supposed to bend this optical fiber cable with a radius less than 10 millimeters. I'm saying less than, not greater than, because if you bend this optical fiber cable with a radius less than 10 millimeters, then circle is there, so that circle will become lessen. And similarly, if you bend this optical fiber cable with a radius greater than 10 millimeters, then the circle is there, so that circle is going to increase, because probably we just define this radius to the circles only. And therefore, if we bend this optical fiber cable with a radius less than 10 millimeters, then in that case we just get these macro bending losses. Similarly, so if you bend this optical fiber cable with a radius greater than 10 millimeters, then we don't get any of the bending losses here. So that is said to be the advantage of the optical fiber cable. And because of this advantage only, these optical fiber cables are easy to store, easy to transport, easy to handle, and easy to install. So all these points I just have mentioned here: easy to store, easy to transport, easy to handle, and easy to install. This is said to be one of the advantage, and one more advantage is said to be a system reliability and ease of maintenance. So when do you say that a system is reliable? So we say that the system is reliable whenever the cost incurred to design that system is uh, less when compared to the other systems. In that case only, we just call that system is more reliable. So if you design this optical fiber cable, then it just works continuously for 20 to 30 years. And similarly, as at ease of maintenance. So you don't get any maintenance cost here, because already we just have provided some strength member in that optical fiber cable, and that is said to be Kevlar here. And similarly, so we just have provided lesser number of repeaters or repeaters or regenerators in between the optical transmitter and the optical receiver, which cost less here. So this is one more advantage, and the last advantage to this optical fiber cable is said to be low cost. Already I said that we just choose this sand for fabrication of this optical fiber cable, which is said to be a renewable resource. It is not going to exhaust on the surface of the earth. శాండ్ ఎక్కడ అయిపోదండి ఎర్త్ పైన, కాబట్టి దాన్ని రినైవబుల్ రిసోర్స్ అంటారు. ఏ రిసోర్స్ అయితే అయిపోదో, వాడినప్పటికీ కూడా అయిపోదు, దాన్ని రిన్యూవబుల్ రిసోర్స్ అంటారు. ఏ రిసోర్స్ అయితే వాడిపోతే అయిపోతుందో దాన్ని నాన్ రిన్యూవబుల్ రిసోర్స్ అంటారండి. Therefore, so we just designed this optical fiber cables with a renewable resource called as sand, which cost less here. Therefore, these are said to be the advantages of the optical fiber cable. And in the next video lecture, we just move on to the ray theory of transmission. Mm, I know that you people uh, could have got awareness regarding uh, refraction, reflection, total internal refraction, critical angle, numerical aperture. All these you could have got here. If you have not got, then we'll just discuss all this in the ray theory transmission.